Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Way Out Workshop. My name is Will, and today we're going to be showing you a Cencom unit. Cencom units are an amp relay module that is used in emergency vehicles for the sirens and the lights and everything else. So this is the Cencom unit itself. This is the amp and relay module. So it needs the amp for the siren and the air horn. This is the control head here. So this has all your siren sounds and other lights. We're going to go through them. So like I said in a previous video, I'm not looking for a police light system for my vehicle. I'm looking for a warning system for my vehicle, an amber light system. I might do some pilot truck work, which is escorting large transport trucks. Anyway, it's taken me a little bit of time to figure things out, but I did manage to find some good diagrams, and it's allowed me to figure things out. Now I don't have all the correct connectors, so I've had to just kind of rig things up. But this is just proof of concept. I'm going to see if get it working and whether it's feasible to install it in my truck. The great thing about the unit is it does more than just flashing lights and loud screaming noises. It has programmable buttons in it. So what I've done is I've gone into the computer program, and you just hook it up with it's actually a printer cable, and then I can individually, so first I extract, I can go up here. I hope you can see this. Let me have a look, see how well that looks. That does not look good at all. I don't know if I can get that to come in any clearer or not. Not really. Okay, well, you'll know what I'm talking about if you actually ever have to do this. So in the software you see a representation of this control head. So you just go and you click on something that you want. So up here is the air horn, and it's currently enabled. It doesn't have, it's either on or it's off. So that's the button over here. And I don't have the speaker hooked up to this because it's extremely loud. So hopefully you can hear it. Okay, so you're partially hearing that, and you're partially hearing the little girl snoring. Maybe. She won't do it when I say she's snoring. When I say little girl, I mean little Roxy. Safety Roxy. Okay, so like I said, I just want the amber light. So I haven't done it yet, but so these LEDs are amber. The ones with the blue leads are amber and blue. The ones with the red leads are amber and red. And I don't want the blue and the red light. So what I'm going to do is actually disconnect the blue and the red on the board. So those wires won't be there. You won't be able to hook up to them. So what I've done is this Cencom unit has a traffic advisor, which is what I'm looking for. And it took me a little while to figure everything out, kind of reverse engineer it, because I don't have all the connections, but I've got it figured out. So you have 9 outlets available on here that you can control from here. So what I've done is just kind of set it up to the way it was, like in a police vehicle, minus all the sirens. So with the sirens, I just went in here and I clicked on it, and it shows you so whether it's an air horn, a ramp stop, a ramp coast, mechanical, piercer, yeah, and that's it. So, and you have an enable and disable on the top right. So I just disabled it. So now it won't. But if I did have it enabled, okay, so now it's enabled. So this is the Whale. So, or no, it's not the Whale, it's manual. So this is the one where, you know, the police are just kind of sitting behind the wheel and giving you one of those, you know, woo, 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 woo. So, let me see. Okay, so I just changed the state of that. So instead of being disabled, I enabled it. So now I have to transfer that to the unit. So I'm just going to click transfer, and it's going to take, well, I think it's about 30-45 seconds. It's transferring now. And it's complete. So now if we press this button, it should stay on as long as we hold the button. I don't know what that's doing there, why it's doing that. Oh, something failed. Yeah, now we don't have our air horn. Huh. There we go. Just took a second. Okay, so that's our air horn again, and now this should, there you go. Get out of my way. Okay. So then the other thing I want to do is add other things to the vehicle. So you could, you've got a lot of outlets here, and there's 4 at 20, 1 at 5, and 1 at 10. So you can control a lot of items. You could even, if you had a radio or a stereo, you could actually have a button on here to turn the power to that radio on. But again, what I want it for is some task lighting, some forward facing lighting, maybe some fog lights, and some lights on the roll bar that face off to the side. You know, if you need to do some work, you can pull your truck up and you have light. So these, originally in the police vehicle, you had the takedown, the left alley, and the right alley. So I believe the takedowns are either in the front grille or on the roof of the vehicle and pointing forward. And I think when they pull you over, they throw them on to lighten up the scene, and that way they can get a good look at what you have in your vehicle. So you have the takedown light, so we'll press that, and you have the center light or lights on. Turn that off. Your left alley light, or your fog lights, or whatever. There's your left alley light. There's your right alley light. This button here, this one really confused me. I couldn't figure out what it did, and before I had all these papers and everything else, I had no idea. Well, you know, everything's laid out. You got standby button, your radio button, your hands-free button, your sirens, your air horn, you have your low power, your TA, your traffic advisor, and your takedown and alley lights. And what is 8 for? And then I figured it out. So when I found this at a dump. And when I found it, I found this, I found the control head, and I found this. And I couldn't figure out, I kind of thought I knew what it was, a shotgun lock, but I didn't know how it worked. But that's where the 8 comes in. So when you press this 8 button, there, you heard it release. You have 8 seconds to pull that out of there. And then after the 8 seconds, it locks again. And I tried to pry that thing open. It's definitely not easy. I don't have a shotgun, but I do have a bat. Or, you know, I call it a door bat. Just in case somebody comes in the door that I don't like. There, locked. Okay, so the traffic advisor. Unfortunately, part of the traffic advisor is burnt out inside the Cencom unit. So I only have 2 lights available out of the possible 8. The light bar that I had 6. So there's, I think there's 3 versions. There's a 5 light version, 6 light, and an 8 light version. And a traffic advisor is a warning system, but it also has the ability to direct. So you can go left or right, so on and so forth. So the traffic advisor I have, what I've done is, because I only had 2 available, I put the first and second one on one circuit, and the first and the third one on one circuit, and the second and fourth one on the other circuit. And this is what I come up with. So if I want to just have, I think there's 3. So there's the first one, and it just does this power. I'm going to put on the low power, so that'll dim it down a little bit. So it's not so harsh. So it'll do this and warn people. So then it has another style. And that one's not really all that good. And then a third. And then I can shut that off. Now I can go arrow direction, so that's going, you know, go left, go left. Press it again, go right, and then off. Now I think I can change that with, so if I go to flash, I can come in here and check, and it doesn't give me any options. Direction doesn't give me any options here. Pattern, sequence, triple flash. So what about sequence to solid, or sequence on, sequence off? Let's just try that. So we'll transfer that to the unit. And it's going to take a couple of seconds. Now I want to add, it's probably not legal to have red. I'm almost positive it's not legal to have red and blue lights on your vehicle. flashing red and blue lights. And it's certainly not cool to have a siren unless you're a sheriff or something else. And this is actually not the original unit that I found. The original unit I found was an RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police. It was from one of their vehicles, and they're a little bit different. They have you need a CD as a key to program the unit. And I didn't want to break any rules by obtaining that CD, you know, from maybe not legally. So I didn't want to touch that. I also found a fully programmed and working radio. That shouldn't even been in the dump, and if it was, it should have had a couple of holes drilled through it, so it didn't function anymore. So I actually returned that to the RCMP. They had made a mistake by contracting out the surplusing of a vehicle, and they forgot to inform the people that were surplusing the vehicle, so taking all this equipment out and making it ready for sale, that this should be, you know, it'd be a good idea to destroy this, or at least that's the policy of the RCMP. And the RCMP is aware that I have this. I told them what I was looking for. I don't want a siren and all that stuff. And they were happy to get the radio and the Cencom unit back. So I picked this one up off of eBay. I don't know if it was in a police vehicle or not, but it did come with the 8-button program, so I'm assuming it probably was out of a police vehicle. So we have our TA flashers, and let's see if, oh, there we go. So that is different. Now we can come here. Will that change them? No, I hear it doing something in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's try. I don't know why it's doing that. It should be firing the other one. Maybe I have something hooked up wrong. Let's try one more on the system characterization. So the TA pattern is what I'm highlighting here. Maybe. Okay, so sequence on and off is what we have now. Let's do a double sweep. We'll see what that does. And I'm just transferring it to the unit now. Can you hear Roxy snoring in the background? It's pretty loud. She went for a big long run today, chasing the skidoo, so she's probably a little bit tired out. So let's see if this does anything different. Oh, well, it does exactly what it says. It does a double flash. But, okay, so there's something wrong there. That could be with the board itself and not necessarily with the programming. I don't think it's the programming. Well, that's different. So that's left. And realize if this was actually working the way it should, it would be sequencing. It'd be this light, this light, this light, this light. And I think the end light, when it sweeps across, the end light blinks twice. Okay, so we have another one to try. So let's go back to system characterization, TA pattern, currently on double sweep, and we're going to sequence to triple flash, whatever that is, and we'll transfer that. Okay, so that's done. Now, did it change it at all? Yeah, it's doing a little bit different. Is it going to be just them two again? Yeah, see, there's something wrong there. That doesn't do nothing. That's left. That's right. Take down. Left alley, right alley. Okay, and that's it. That's a Cencom unit, rigged to work on the bench. I have a little more work to do. I think I'm going to take it apart and see if I can diagnose what the problem is. I'm not positive I can do that, but I'll give it a shot. Didn't cost me anything. Again, please take the time to like the video, and if you feel like subscribing, that'd be great. This is my fourth video. I have 4 subscribers and about 70 views, so I guess that's not bad, but I'd like 10 subscribers and 100 views. Hopefully I'll get there. Thank you everybody for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye from the Way Out Workshop. And Safety Roxy there, snoring away.